Hey everybody, it's Matthew, back with another episode of Watty's channel. Today is Saturday, June the 4th, and I know it's been about 2 weeks or so since my last video update. Kind of like what I was worried about in the past is kind of hitting these little mental blocks and not really being able to come up with new ideas for videos. And, more recently, some of the, stuff that I say or stuff that the idiot husband says, stuff that the wife says, those are still ideas I'm really going to try and continue as much as I can. Originally, that goal was to try and keep those videos like once a week and whatnot, but I'm not the best storyteller in the world, so those videos for me aren't as enjoyable as some of these videos right here that I make. So if I do try and keep those continue on with those ideas, it might be maybe a couple videos a month. I don't think I'm going to do that on a weekly basis. Things could change, of course. I say that right now that it could be 1 or 2 videos a month, and then tomorrow I could end up having 7 videos in 7 days with that particular topic. So, but as of right now, I'm going to try and hold off on that and try and do something different. So there are actually a couple new videos I want to make based on some recent acquisitions. Now, you know how much I like to give credit to a lot of the sellers out there that I buy from, and sometimes they're just simply sellers. Sometimes they're actually the ones that fabricate certain figures or accessories, and that's what this video is going to be about. Just going to shout out to a couple of the different sellers I buy from. So there are 2 here that I have had for a number of weeks, but I haven't made videos about them yet. So just before I get into some of the Hasbro accessories, which this video is going to be about, I want to give a couple shout outs to a couple of my favorite sellers. The first one, as you know, my favorite seller on eBay, Wrestlingwriter. Now I got this one several weeks ago, and I've been dying to make a video about him, but it just opportunity really hasn't presented itself to actually include this in any video. And so one of them is going to be the Macho King LJN custom. And I can't damage this, which sucks, but this is actually one of the best looking customs I've ever seen. And just kind of looking at him, he really does look like Jesus of Nazareth. I really never noticed that until I actually saw this figure, and that's really pretty incredible. One of the things that I kind of shoot myself in the foot about, so this scepter is actually something they could have molded into the hand, but I decided to ask for it loose, which, shame on me, because, this hand doesn't exactly hold it. But, I mean, this is just an absolutely gorgeous piece. And had this one been part of my original competition, I don't think he necessarily would have made it past round 2, only because the Macho Man LJN figure in general, is not my favorite pose, and, probably wouldn't even crack the top 30 of my all-time favorite figures. But I do believe that this one may have actually beat the other custom Macho Man I had, and as you can see, Macho King. If I'm not mistaken, I think Macho Man, I believe he won King of the Ring, and that's how he became known as Macho King. But we're talking about something like 30-some years ago, so I don't have the top of memory to actually think back that far. But again, just another 180 real quick, or 360, excuse me, just to kind of give you a full view again. I mean, everything from the color and the stencil on the shorts to the boots, I mean, look how beautiful that is. I mean, all around, phenomenal piece, absolutely love it. And this little robe that he comes with, absolutely remarkable. And Wrestlingwriter, he always seems to find the best accessories to include with the figure. It's never just the figure itself. There's always something special to accommodate it. So, and it just makes the figure even pop even more. So from Wrestlingwriter on eBay, we've got the Macho King. Another one of my all-time favorite sellers on eBay, and I've done a video about them, I don't know, maybe a month ago or so, and it was the Raider Nation. So it's actually a 2-piece, and when I made the Raider Nation video, I had actually just acquired these figures, and so they weren't a part of the original, lineup of, I think I had 5 figures at the time. So this one does include both Hakushi, the wrestler, and Shango, the manager. And, this is just one of those figures where, I kind of held off on purchasing them. I thought they looked absolutely amazing. But again, I kept seeing like a Mr. Fuji here, or I kept seeing, Ricky Steamboat here, for example. And a lot of time when I see those type of figures, that's what kind of, holds off on them, no matter how much I love them. But Hakushi, this has this absolutely remarkable, I don't know what this is made out of. It's like it's not foam, but it might be foam, but not like, styrofoam or anything. And I just love the way that it just perfectly situates on his head, because he kind of had this hand holding it in place, which is perfect. But overall design, absolutely remarkable. And I watched an interview about these guys, and I wrote down a few notes here. So Hakushi means a Japanese white angel, and I guess that's what a lot of his markings on his chest and what they mean. Kind of like talks about his life or what have you. And a lot of time you see in the WWF, I don't know, someone from Hawaii, for example, and they portray Japanese wrestlers. Now, Hakushi actually was a Japanese superstar before he came to the WWF. I believe he made it from 94, 96, I believe, somewhere in the mid-90s. Great wrestler, excellent martial artist, and based on the figure itself, I mean, absolutely incredible. Again, you see why I speak so highly of, sellers like the Wrestlingwriter or, Raider Nation, because they have such remarkable pieces. Now, the Shinjo manager, with this whole white face mask paint job, I'm not really sure what that was. I always thought it was a mask, but I think it's actually painted on. And, what was his name? Sato, from the Orient Express, I guess late 80s, early 90s tag team matchup. Again, so it was Sato, and it was, I'm trying to think of the name. It wasn't Tatanka, but it was something similar to that. Tanaka? Yeah. I think that's what it was. It was like Tatanka, so I think Tanaka and Sato. And of course, when he took over as manager, another beautiful piece. Again, I'll give you a 360 of the figure. Not so much on the backstories of these figures. It's more about showing off the figures themselves. But I just thought that these two pieces were absolutely incredible, and they came together, and they just make a great addition to the Raider Nation lineup. And as you see right there at the very top, with Doink and Hercules and Mr. T, these guys situated right up there with the rest of the Raider Nation figures. Alright, so this is a Hasbro. The rest of these pieces are going to be Hasbro. So, one of the best sellers on eBay is a man named B. Daly, and his tagline or screen name on eBay is Stangergq. And so, one of the figures that I've acquired from him recently was a British Bulldog. Now, they essentially took the same figure, work in action and whatnot, gave him a new paint job on the pants, of course, switched out the white with the red, but for whatever reason, they needed to switch out the head, which I'm okay with, because, they gave a whole new figure, essentially, and his locks, they actually move. I think that was pretty incredible, with a little flowing hair. This is such a beautiful piece, and he was very inexpensive. I got this one, I got the original, I paid like $15 for it, so, I got a heck of a deal for these two guys, and to be honest, for this particular figure, I probably would have paid $25-$30 easy, and to get this, a nice, beautiful custom with an original, awesome. One of my all-time favorite sellers, always get a fantastic price, great products, and again, I'm just going to do one more quick 360, just so that the customized figure can really be enjoyed thoroughly. Alright, cool. So the rest of these figures, they're just originals, no big deal there. So one of the guys I buy from, so I know him as Rahim Sadru, and he's a seller in the UK. I tried looking up his eBay tagline, because I bought some custom belts from him through eBay months and months ago, but I wasn't able to find it on my account. So, but I have emailed him back and forth, and I go through PayPal, and I purchased a lot of Hasbro accessories from him, and I'll actually put his email in the description. That way, if anyone's interested, he could probably send you out an email, let you know the different products that he sells. And I didn't pull out all the figures, all the accessories I bought from him thus far, only because some of them, like, let's say if it's a shock stick or nightstick or, series, what is it, series 9, I believe, maybe, no, series 10 of the Bushwhackers with the tan hats, because those are already original, hats already found in the original Hasbro line, I'm not going to include those. These accessories are special customs, kind of like the Rick Martel Arrogant spray that I showed during my accessory video. So this one is the Narcissist Lex Luger. So it does come with cape and, I'm trying to think what the so it's not actually a cape. I wonder if it had like a specific name. But anyways, you know how he would stand in the ring with his full length mirror, and he would kind of like just sit there and admire his beauty, whatever. Kind of looking at Lex Luger nowadays, post steroids and stuff. I mean, it's a shame. He was actually one of my favorites, and you see him nowadays, he just looks so beaten down, unhealthy. Like I don't want to say he has cancer or anything like that. I mean, that's horrible to think about. But he just looks in really bad shape. He looks like a shell of him former self. Guys like like Scott Steiner, kind of the same thing for me. So they do have this beautiful cape. I'll call it a cape. I don't know what it is. It's not a robe, so cape makes sense. And again, comes with cape, full length mirror, beautiful accessory. This one right here, when I first heard about it and seen it, I thought it was perfect for this particular figure. But then there's not an actual way to display it or for him to actually hold it up, and that is the Warlord Staff. Again, with this particular figure, you're basically having to sit him down and kind of like put the staff on the floor, on the display case, glass, whatever you're sitting, and just kind of like rest it in his hand like that. I mean, it's, on a display case, it looks beautiful, but again, unlike something like a Big Boss Man where the nightstick actually fits perfectly in his hand, if this was actually molded into there somehow where they could actually hold it up, that'd been perfect. So beautiful for display purposes. I mean, it does. Other than that, it really doesn't serve any purpose, which kind of sucks because I actually like that. It's actually one of my favorites, and it's just an absolutely beautiful design for the Warlord. Let's see what's next. Let's go with this one. So I got one for both of them, but I only pulled one figure off the shelf, and it's going to be the Head Shrinkers necklace. Again, these customs are specifically designed for certain wrestlers. I mean, these aren't actual accessories for the figures themselves that came in the original Hasbro line. I just thought they were so remarkable and so beautiful. And the string itself is super thin, but the overall quality of the actual, I don't know if those are supposed to be bones or whatnot, but for the Head Shrinkers, beautiful design. These last three have the most extensive accessories. So I'll go with one of my favorites here, and Papa Shango. So this necklace, I think, came from Strozzo on eBay, if I'm not mistaken. And something like the little staff here, or the little lamp, or I'm not really sure. I think it was called a skull lamp, but I could be wrong. Again, different sellers, they sell similar items like this, and they call them different things. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to call it a skull lamp. And again, I got these from one seller, but I do have duplicates of this from another seller. I am expecting a second order from the second seller, and when that comes in, I'm going to do a full video on his accessories as well. Again, a lot of them are very similar to what we're showing in these videos, but there are a few other standouts. Other than the necklace, which is supposed to be obviously Hasbro original, obviously for me it's an accessory or a custom, but the other two items are just kind of like specific designs created for these figures, and I just think that is so awesome. I mean, look at that, so beautiful. This figure did not come with any accessories originally, but his two accessories that have been included on this one makes this such a perfect figure now. I mean, I really like Tatanka. I really thought that his figure was absolutely remarkable. One of my favorite designs, I think. And when you throw in things like the necklace here, incredible piece. I mean, that alone is well worth it. But then you throw in this headdress, and the great thing about these accessories is they fit so perfectly with the figure. You know, they don't just sit there and you just basically rest on top of a head and it falls off every time you move it. I mean, it's actually molded perfectly with the figure, so that is such an incredible accessory. And again, I'm not going to mention the second seller just yet, because again, I want to make it special for when I do the video specifically about his own accessories. And these accessories are part of it. Again, a lot of sellers, they customize the similar items. The last one I want to bring up today is the Kamala figure, and doesn't do a great job holding the spear, but I mean, it's adequate. I mean, again, when you put it on the shelf, he isn't going to be holding it like that. It's basically going to be, you know, touching the ground essentially. So he'll probably have like that much in his hand, and the rest will basically be touching the glass or whatever, holding it in place. So you got this beautiful, well-crafted spear, which is absolutely fantastic. I mean, look at that right there. That is so awesome. And this mask, that's so beautiful. They actually have a Kamala mask like this for the LJNs. I haven't bought one of those yet, and as a matter of fact, I haven't been able to. I did see it in the past, but I haven't found one recently. Otherwise, I would have scooped that up as quickly as I could have. But again, as you can see, just like the Tatanka mask, or the Tatanka headdress, I should say, you know, it does fit beautifully right there on the actual figure's head. So, I mean, you move around with it, yeah, the mask is gonna hold still, but if you try, you know, left and right, you'll be good. But if you kind of, you know, move it a little bit like this, it's not gonna be too sturdy. But either way, still great accessory. And I don't know if I consider the mask to be the highlight of these accessories, but the third and final piece of the Kamala accessories is the shield. So he's got the spear, the mask, and the shield. So I do have, again, the same shield and mask from another seller. They don't have this little Velcro piece on here. I haven't really been using it as much. It's supposed to like kind of like wrap it around the person's hand. I just kind of put the hand right in there. You know, it works for me like that. But Kamala with his three accessories. Alright, so I'm trying to think if there's any other. So I'm not always going to be having these videos where, you know, I can make like, you know, top 10 favorite list or what have you. You know, if I get something like from Raider Nation in, you know, I'm not going to make, you know, my favorite figures every single time I get a new figure in. So, you know, I'll probably wait till like 5 figures come in and then start a new round that way. But again, with not anything happening in the last couple weeks, I wanted to at least come down here and make something. Doesn't have to be anything really super special, just something for other people to kind of enjoy. And if you have questions, of course, I'm going to, you know, reach out, let you know who I bought these from. what I paid or if, what have you. And again, I make these videos because they're I enjoy them, the figures. I enjoy the accessories, and I just want other people to get the opportunity to enjoy them as well. So I don't generally like doing repeat videos for the most part. Yeah, I made a part 2 again of the UK Galoob figures, but that one, the original videos didn't really do much for me. I made a video with the Hasbro accessories, which didn't really have the most views, not by a landslide, but I mean, I would probably say the Hasbro accessories video I made was probably 5 or number 6 of my all-time favorite videos that I made, so I thoroughly enjoyed that, and being able to go over these, incredible. So, just to bring it up one more time, we've got Lex Luger with cape and the full-length mirror. We got the Tonka with necklace and headdress. Put it on there, right? Oh, there we go. So beautiful. So if Tatanka, actually it's kind of hard to tell between Tatanka, Shango, or Kamala, which one actually has my favorite accessories. Lex Luger, because of the bulkiness of the cape and with the mirror, full-length mirror accessory. That helps. Head shrieker with the necklace. Not anything super special, but I mean it's something different, so I wanted to get it. And of course, the 3-piece accessories for Kamala. Alright, so when I do get in the next set of accessories from Josh over on Etsy, again I'll tell you more about his page or his options as soon as I get the next order in. The first order I got from him, a lot of these accessories that I've just shown you were part of his lot. I also got a lot of different accessories that are part of the original Hasbro line, which includes demolition masks, the tan bushwhacker hats, things like that. So the Mountie shock stick, Boss Man's nightstick, things like that. So that's why I didn't want to include those. But again, I do enjoy making individual videos for particular sellers. Just kind of give credit to those amazing products that I've perceived, and give other people the opportunity to try and acquire something amazing. All right, so I think that is it. Oh, I don't know how I didn't bring this back up again. Again, Warlord's Staff. I was about to call it a nightstick. Alright guys, actually it took a little bit longer than I had originally planned, so I am going to stop the video here. Thank you for watching again. I really appreciate y'all, and I hope to be back soon. Talk to you guys later now.